Hello and welcome, beautiful souls, to my channel, Light of Shaya. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to those of you who are new. I hope you enjoy the content, and welcome back to those of you who are returning. I simply want to say thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate every single one of you. So today I'm going to be doing a general reading for a message from Spirit. So let's go ahead and see here what the message from Spirit is today. I'll be opening up here with the Spirit Animal Oracle cards. It's really interesting as I pick these two cards up, and I feel like they have a message here right off the bat. We have Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit, and Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. So this is likely a message for the new year here about how you'll be creating the life of your dreams, essentially. Law of manifestation. This new year should be fantastic for all of us. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm excited to be here. I'm wishing you all a very, very happy new year. So we have Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. Okay. Oh, this is funny. We have Chameleon Spirit, act as if, and Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. I definitely felt that the Crow Spirit was coming through very strongly in those two cards. So let's see, we have Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery, Chameleon Spirit, act as if, and Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. It's quite fascinating to me that we have these two very mysterious energies, right? The chameleon always blends in with its background. It's a shapeshifter in a sense, right? Quotations on that, of course, because it can blend into its surroundings, changing its color. Now, what's really fascinating to me is this life is a mystery card, Bobcat Spirit. I feel like there are situations currently in your life that are a bit, of course, mysterious. Things are a little bit in the dark, and I feel like, especially when I heard the word predatory when this card came out, interestingly enough, I feel like maybe there's somebody in your vicinity here who has this very I don't want to say dark nature exactly, but they have this there's like a sense of determination here, right? It's like, maybe this is you, and you're ready to pounce on something, right? And with the Chameleon Spirit, act as if here, it's kind of like you're behaving as if the thing is already present, right? But life is a mystery. It's like you're waiting for whatever the thing is to present itself, right? But the message here is that you are definitely co-creating with Spirit. If this is the attitude that you've been having, the behavior that you've been employing, this is basically confirmation that what it is that you're doing right now, in order for you, like if you're in alignment and you're wanting to create something in your life, you are attuned. But with this life is a mystery, I feel like a lot of you are like maybe questioning, right? I'm just seeing a bunch of question marks appearing everywhere. And you're like, what? Well, where is the thing, right? But if you're not acting as if, I suggest you do, right? Believe that the thing is coming. Believe that you already have it. Behave as though you already have it. Interestingly enough, Nine of Pentacles wanting to come out, right? So surround yourself with things that you value, people that you value. Value what it is that you have now, right? Gratitude mindset in these last few messages from Spirit and the angels has been coming out very strongly. So gratitude mindset is incredibly important. It's one of the things that will help us get into the vibration to help create the life of our dreams, essentially, right? So look at that. Ace of Swords wanting to come out, in a sense, basically not clarifying, but confirming. Whenever I get my Ace of Swords while I'm speaking or when I'm asking questions, it's essentially saying, yes, what you're saying is true. So let's go ahead and see here what the message from Spirit is. I'm going to be using the Tarot Mucha here. Okay, we have the Two of Cups, the Page of Swords with the Fool. Very childlike energy here. So we have the Two of Cups here. You have the Page of Swords, which could be spying or communication. Interestingly enough, the Page of Swords is looking directly at this Fool energy. So I feel like maybe there's communication about taking a chance on something, or there may even be spying on someone, right? This could be involving children as well, because the pages do resemble children, and the Fool is often very innocent and childlike in nature as well. Interesting how the Page of Swords has his back turned to this Two of Cups. Maybe it's really interesting because maybe you feel like somebody that you're dealing with is a bit foolish in nature. Look at that. We have the Four of Wands, celebration, union. Some of you may be taking a chance on a connection here, right? Getting together with them, going to their home. There may be a celebration here. Yeah, look at that. Six of Wands. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful energy. victory, overcoming things. This is a glow up. This is recognition. Maybe you'll be at a party, partying it up, and you're just kind of like the life of the party, interestingly enough, is what I'm getting. Maybe you're with this this soulmate when this happens, right? Or, I mean, soulmates don't always have to be love, right? They don't have to be a romantic connection. They could be a friend. So maybe you're at a party with a friend even, and maybe you're even communicating about setting something up. It's really interesting. Maybe some of you who are Aquarians, maybe having a birthday coming up, and this is in regards to that. And these messages are timeless, so if, I mean, you do have a birthday coming up whenever you're watching this video, this could very well be in regards to that. Look at that. We have the Hierophant. This is about commitment. This is really interesting to me, because we have the Two of Cups at the beginning of the row here. We got 6 cards on the table, and then we're ending here with the Hierophant, which is a card of marriage, traditions, right? The status quo. This is religion, morals, and ethics. It's really interesting because a while back I did do a twin flame reading, right? Well, I mean, it wasn't intended to be a twin flame reading, but it was about divine counterparts, about like a marriage, right? Your wedding day. That was a really interesting message. Let's see, what's coming up here? A little bit more about this. Some of you could, of course, be dealing with the Taurus. Interestingly enough, that's the only sign that I'm seeing here strongly. We got the Seven of Cups. Alrighty, guys, my camera died in the middle of the reading, so the cards that came out were the Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups together. So there's something here about confusion or multiple options, right? That's usually what the Seven of Cups talks about like trying to make a decision, but there's a lot of options placed before you. But what's really fascinating is that the Four of Cups comes after this. Perhaps some of you are like not interested in looking at other options. Maybe you're very committed to one particular individual with the Hierophant card here. It may be a Taurus, right? That's the only other major arcana besides the Fool here. And the Fool is representative of sometimes, from what I understand, Aries. So it could be in dealings with an Aries, of course. The Fool is also an air sign, though, for me. So it could represent a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, interestingly enough. So let's go ahead and keep on with the message here. There's that Hanged Man energy. So Pisces, some of you could be dealing with the Pisces. Wow. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. This is beautiful. Followed by the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So this is wish fulfillment. I feel like you guys are stepping into some very powerful manifestation energy here with the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups, right? Heaven on earth. Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment. And then we have the death energy of or Scorpio here. Very interesting. Fascinating. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera angle around so you guys can see all the cards on the board, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alrighty guys, I am back. So what's really interesting, note how the major arcana have been placed above each other, right? I find that really interesting. I feel like there's messages here regarding this. So what's really interesting is usually I read the cards this way, but every now and again I'll be drawn to the cards that are connected in some way. But note how the major arcana come out towards each other, right? Or with each other, rather. So it's really interesting, right? I was saying we have this soulmate connection with the Page of Swords. There seems to be communication here, maybe to an Aries or an air sign, about wanting a commitment, wanting to move forward in a connection. There's a denial here of other options, right? We have the Seven of Cups followed by the Four of Cups. It's note how these two are facing each other. It's like, I'm not interested. The Hanged Man is even looking away from this and more so focused on this energy here. Now, when the Fool and the Hanged Man are combined, this is usually the power to the power to endure difficult situations. These are also excellent learning experiences. So likely there's here something about learning a very powerful lesson through whatever this situation is, right? Life is a mystery. So a while ago, not necessarily a while ago, but one of the messages, interestingly enough, for one of the horoscopes readings that I did earlier this week, or last week, I can't remember. I'm a little bit mixed up with my days. I think it was last week. So the ending of December anyway, I did a monthly forecast for all the signs. But There was one particular message that I got about a test of faith. So this, for right here with these two cards, maybe there is a test of faith regarding this particular connection, right? Life is a mystery and act as if. It's like maybe there will be some difficult situations or things that are what is the word? Things that are perceived as obstacles, right? Things that are perceived as obstacles in order for you to learn a particular lesson from this connection, right? Now, as I said, this could be in a friendship. However, I just can't help but notice, but the Two of Cups, Ten of Cups, Four of Wands here, and the Hierophant, it's like a sense of like seeing whatever connection that you've been dealing with is likely one that can definitely go the distance here, right, with the Ten of Cups. And it's really interesting because that death energy is here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and clarify that using the This Might Hurt Tarot, these cards here. I haven't used this deck in a while, but it's one of my favorite decks, so I'm being drawn to clarify what this death card is about. Look at that. Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Wow, that's a progression. Look at that. We have the Fool and the Hermit here. So some of you could be moving towards a Virgo here with the Fool and the Hermit. Sorry, these cards are a little bit hard to get up. It's really interesting. There seems to be an ending of some sort or a transformation, right? Because death isn't always an ending. There seems to be a change in some sort of dynamic here. If you're dealing with a connection, right? There seems to be a change in the dynamic. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, a Taurus, right? As I was saying, maybe even an Aries or Pisces. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Sometimes people embody these energies and you could have them in your chart. What's really fascinating to me is, right, the Six of Pentacles often indicates equal give and take, right? It's a situation where you're trying to find balance, giving to people, right? This is opportunities for balance, essentially, right? And Pentacles represent either monetary or it could represent time, right? Because it's a physical aspect in our world. Time is something that is can be invested in situations, right? And speaking of time, right, an investment of some sort. Now, this could be in a connection, right? This could be physical in nature. This could be like communication with someone that's like trying to achieve balance. But there's this sense of patience, right? What's really fascinating about the Fool and the Hermit card here, the Fool and the Hermit card could sometimes resemble absent-mindedness when they're combined. This is also somebody who is a philosopher, right? So there's something here about like maybe an ending, a changing to a dynamic here in regards to equal give and take and time being invested into something. This is transforming. Now, this could also represent easy old age, interestingly enough, right? What's really fascinating to me, the message that's coming through, oddly enough, remember how I said go the distance with the Hierophant? What's really fascinating, what's really fascinating about the Hierophant and the Death card combined, sometimes it could be like a story of like situations, right? A story of its situations and basically recording those situations down. So maybe this soulmate connection is something that's going to be written down in the book, so to speak. This could even, in a sense, what's really fascinating, the message that I'm getting here, is that perhaps through your soulmate connection, whoever this is, you too will learn a great deal about what it means to maintain a relationship. And I feel that there is a likelihood here that you too are going to maybe write a book, or there's going to be some form of like presentation that maybe you will teach people about what it means to be in a solid relationship, right? What does equal give and take look like? What does investing look like, right? Because oftentimes, what's really fascinating about the Fool is that the Fool takes a leap of faith, but it can also be a very reckless energy sometimes, right? The Fool can take leaps of faith without really looking down the cliff, knowing the divine will catch them, of course, but sometimes it's reckless in nature, especially like, I don't typically read reversals, but if the Fool was reversed, it's somebody who's reckless, right? So maybe there was situations in the past where somebody used to take these leaps of faith without really thinking things through, right? Always trusting, always being... There's a sense of like naivete here with the Fool, right? Because he's very innocent. Note the pure white flower here that he's holding onto that represents purity and innocence, right? So there's a sense of maybe in the past, there were situations you used to just jump into, right? It felt good, it felt nice, right? With the Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, you're like, this is my wish fulfillment. I'm ready to go for it. I'm just going to take a leap towards it. And then maybe things didn't turn out exactly the way you had perceived. And so they can sometimes lead to difficult situations, right? With the Fool and the Hanged Man here, right? The power to endure great difficulties. So I feel like maybe one of you, in particular you viewer, I'm getting the sense that you're going to be recording what it is that you went through with your soulmate, right? What it is that you went through. And I feel like what's fascinating to me here is that you're going to be teaching people about what healthy relationships look like. That's really fascinating message that I'm getting here. It's like maybe you two will write a book, or maybe you'll record videos, or there's something here about recording the events that have happened between you and your soulmate, right? Now, what's really fascinating to me is what I'm hearing is that some of you haven't met this soulmate yet, or you're not with them yet. And this person in you will, when you meet, the dynamic is going to be a little bit wonky is kind of what I'm getting. Because I feel like both of you may be inexperienced, or both of you just, with this Fool coming out twice, there's a sense of purity and innocence that I'm getting here. One of you may likely be more of a guide in the relationship than the other. And I feel like one of you is going to be leading this situation more easily. But the thing that I'm getting here is that patience, right? Equal give and take and patience is required. And this ending here, right, with the Death card, isn't an ending to the relationship, but you transforming. And what's really fascinating to me is that this death literally for me means that you two will be together until the day you die, essentially, as dark as that may seem, because these two cards combined represents easy old age as well. Like both of you are going to age together, you're going to grow old together, and you'll be together for the rest of your lives, essentially, is what I'm getting here, right? So what's really fascinating to me is these three cards, right? It's really interesting, like how is this relating to this? And what I'm sensing here is if you haven't had this soulmate come into your life, or you're not with this soulmate yet, essentially this life is a mystery. It's like you're being prepared. Things are working behind the scenes that you cannot perceive. And I feel, and I'm being guided to say that even your angelic team or your spirit guides aren't giving you the full picture for a reason. Likely because this is going to be a large undertaking, right? And so what's really fascinating is that you would think that love, right, especially love and connections, would be a bit more simple. But the thing is that this particular connection is about, I'm hearing, growth, right? Because these two cards resemble philosophy as well. I feel like this connection is going to make both of you and your counterpart, incredibly wise, and you're going to be leading others through these circumstances, okay? Very fascinating message that I'm getting there. It's absolutely beautiful. So if you've been waiting for this connection, right, maybe even not interested in others, I feel like some of you are experiencing this connection in the 5D. It's like I feel my soulmate with the Hierophant. I feel the connection. I feel that they're out there. I've been holding the space for them because I know that they exist. And you're having a 5D experience. For others of you, I'm being guided to say that you already know your soulmate. And of course, for some of you, you're already with this person, right? For some of you, it could be in the early stages. And for others of you, I'm getting the sense you could be moving towards this 10 of Cups already, right? Maybe you're already planning a family. And so I feel like you guys are going to be teaching others about what healthy relationships look like, right? And what's fascinating to me is that for whatever reason, this is of relevance for the age of Aquarius. I'm not sure why I'm picking up on that message. You know, from what I understand, this year, 2021, is the true beginning of the age of Aquarius, right? 1221 was an important portal that was supposed to be, I guess, the herald, if you will, of the age of Aquarius. And a lot of people have been noticing, in particular, those who are spiritually attuned, have been noticing a sense of ease entering their lives, right? And so there's a lot of fantastic things coming this year from what I perceive, from what I understand. A lot of other tarot readers are essentially saying the same thing. March and April are supposed to be very, very big months for this particular year, like something that may even go down in the history books, right? Hierophant death energy is the history books here, essentially, right? It's very fascinating. So I feel that these signs, right, Aries or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, the Hierophant, and Scorpio, these aren't necessarily the signs that you're going to be dealing with, interestingly enough. I'm being guided to say that this is just energy being embodied and a story playing out. It's almost like I can't pick up on exactly what signs you're dealing with, but maybe one of those signs will resonate with someone, right? This is really fascinating. It's like I can't pick up on this exactly. It's like the energy that is being embodied between you and your soulmate, right? Taurus energy of like day by day, right? Very methodical. Scorpio coming through about like methodical, it's like methodical change, almost like transformation. It's like both of you are going to live several lives together. I'm sensing even like for those who believe in reincarnation, essentially, it's like you both are like destined to be together in each lifetime, and in this lifetime, you're meant to be with this person again, right? This is definitely divine counterpart, like twin flame, soulmate kind of energy here, right? With the Two of Cups. It's fascinating to me. It's like I'm trying to perceive this message a little bit more deeply, but it's like this life is a mystery card. It's like putting a shroud over it. This is like an overview of your connection, an overview, right? Some of you may meet this person through online means with the Page of Swords here, maybe through social media. For others of you, this is in fact communication here, right? And what's really interesting here is that this Page of Swords is above the Four of Cups. And I'm getting the sense here there may be some dissatisfaction in like communication here at times between you two. I feel like what I'm picking up on here is that maybe one of you is an excellent communicator and the other person is not, but they have other strengths, right? Because oftentimes with our counterparts, there are exact opposite, but you're both very similar in like your values, the way you perceive the world in a sense, the way you feel. There's this sense of like, I feel like one of you is an excellent communicator with the Page of Swords, right? You're just moving forward very freely, free-flowing. And I feel like the other person may not necessarily be the greatest communicator. And that's why this Four of Cups is also below the Page of Swords is what I'm getting. It's oddly enough. I feel like your counterpart or you are likely having dreams about each other as well with the Seven of Cups here. This card oftentimes for me sometimes comes through as like dreams, fantasy, right? It doesn't always have to be just like exploring multiple options. Sometimes this card even embodies imbibing for me at times, although I'm not necessarily picking up on that at this time. But I feel like both of you had dreams about each other before or during, like once you've met, right? And there's something here about enduring difficulties between you and this person. I feel basically the message that I'm getting here is that no matter what happens between you and this person, you both will see that there's the difficulties between you two and the circumstances in your world, right, between you and your counterpart are excellent learning opportunities. And instead of giving up on the connection, you're only going to move forward towards this 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups of being absolutely fulfilled and happy, regardless of what the difficulties are. And I feel like you both are going to keep a record, in a sense, somehow, some way, about what it is that you did in this lifetime together, right? And I feel like this knowledge, especially with the Fool and the Hermit, right? The philosopher, the philosophy energy and easy old age. It's like both of you will indeed spend the rest of your lives together, but you're also going to be teaching people about what healthy relationships look like in some way, shape, or form. Now, it's very hard for me to say exactly how you'll do that. Some of you may write a book. Some of you may do like video formats, some similar to like YouTube. Some of you may even be like public speakers, interestingly enough, that I'm picking up on that. In particular, if one of you is an excellent communicator, you'll be able to communicate. I'm kind of getting like Tony Robbins kind of feeling, if you guys are familiar with him, or even kind of like what's his name? I think it's Gary Vaynerchuk, if I'm not mistaken. You know, these two individuals have a gift of speech, so it's like maybe you're talking to people about what the difficulties you endured are and the importance of being able to endure them in order for you to go through this, right? For the 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, because some people just want it easy, and sometimes, of course, relationships aren't always easy, right? There's differing points of views, there's arguments, there's disputes, right? There may be third-party interference in the sense that there's outside interference, not necessarily saying that this person has ever cheated or anything like that, but rather like there are other opinions, right? It's like you're creating a bubble between you and your soulmate are creating this beautiful bubble around each other to protect your connection so that others can't penetrate that. It's like I'm sensing like there may be people who are even envious of the love that you have. And they may want to even sabotage that because they feel the connection and they're envious, right? Sometimes people are like that, unfortunately. So that's essentially the message that I'm picking up here. So let's go ahead and pull some messages from the angels just to close out this reading. Yeah, look at that. Manifesting miracles, Archangel Orion. Thank you, Orion, for manifesting your miracles in my world, as just confirming, connect with music. A lot of you have been getting messages about the soulmate through music. They may be communicating to you through music and vice versa. And then we have Shine Your Light, Archangel Uriel. Thank you, Uriel, for helping to share my light with the world. So essentially, these are the two angels. Look at that. There's that leap of faith again. And we have the inner voice, which is basically confirming. And then we have the signs from heaven card as well, right? So these are just signs basically saying that you'll know who this person is immediately. There will be soul recognition, and you're being guided, right? There's that change and transition card from Archangel Azrael. Thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change, right? There's that change that I was talking about, a change in the dynamic. So these angels are working with you to help you shine your light and manifest the life of your dreams with your soulmate, essentially. And there is a leap of faith that will be taken in that direction. I feel like you'll instantly recognize this person because you'll be receiving signs from them, essentially. So that's going to wrap up the reading here for you guys. If you did find this reading resonated, feel free to leave a comment down below. It's always greatly appreciated. And of course, if you did enjoy this reading, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Take care.